your girl got sick and I shocked my TV and then it just shut down. Well, there was no way for me to log into my computer. The world of keyboards. Ipo Maker TH80X. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Sleep. It has been quite some time. It's been, 13 days since my last video. So a lot has happened between now and then, but I am back with a new one on January 10th, so 10 days after New Year's. Happy New Year's, by the way. So I had unexpected time off. So Christmas happened, that was really great, and then New Year's happened, but sometime between Christmas and New Year's, your girl got sick. So remember I went to an engagement party, right? So the very next day, I developed a dry cough. And I thought to myself, oh, it can't be something big or serious. Joke's on me, because the next day, I developed Sorry, I was distracted by that rock-formed ditto. But I developed a little fever. So it was just a little overnight fever. I had a bit of chills as well. And then the following day, I felt good. I felt good, but I was so congested. And there was just so much mucus. And then my dry cough became a wet cough. And I was like coughing like crazy. So, There's nothing I want to catch. So I'm going to skip. I'm going to finish snack time. So yeah, that happened. And then I tested for COVID twice. Luckily, it wasn't COVID. So I tested on the 5th day of being sick and then the 10th day of being sick. But yeah, I think I just caught like a cold or a flu. So that's what happened. I was sick for about 2 weeks and I would say I'm like pretty much fully recovered now. I still have like the slightest bit of mucus issues. So there's that as well. And then you guys, guess what? So I have been shocking a lot of things in my house lately. I've just been such a staticky person. So I shocked my TV, which made it restart. So I was watching something and I wanted to move the TV, like just swivel it a bit more. And I shocked my TV and then it just shut down. So let me feed my Snorlax first. That was what happened. Luckily, my TV survived. However, I shocked my keyboard. And unfortunately, my keyboard did not survive. So there was no way for me to log into my computer. And I was just like, no, this cannot be happening. Like half the keyboard worked, the other half did not. And the other half had keys I needed in order to type in my password. So I had to wait a while for my new keyboard to come in. But between that time of looking for a new keyboard, I fell into the world of keyboards. And you guys, I think I have a new hobby from this experience. So I was just looking for keyboards that are worth getting, nothing too crazy expensive. And then I rediscovered the whole keyboard enthusiast group. So about 10 years ago when I was in high school, I had a really good friend and he was super into keyboards. And this is when like red and brown switches were super popular, and the flavor of the year at that time was like super tactile, super clickety-clack keyboards, right? The trend nowadays is more of that like marshmallowy, linear, soft, still kind of clickety-clack, but a more like muted clickety-clack. So I knew that was right more up my alley, because back then I just thought those really clickety-clack, tactile red switches were too much for me, you know? So I'm looking for a keyboard. I'm falling into this rabbit hole. I'm seeing all the cute girlies deck out their keyboards, making them look so adorable. I learned what I like and what I didn't like. So previously I was using an 80% Durgod keyboard that I got from work. That was the one that died. And then I downsized a little bit. Actually, no, I think the other one was like an 85. Anyways, I'll show you guys the one I got. So I got the EpoMaker TH80X. And what I like about it is that LCD panel and the knob here for volume control. However, tell me why it is 2024 and we have thick ass bezels. Like, what is going up with that? Why are the bezels so big? So that's like a flaw, not a flaw, but a con that I have for this keyboard is that the bezel is so thick, but I guess it's not that noticeable. I mean, who am I kidding? It is pretty noticeable, but I could live with it. The other thing though is the keys are fucking ugly. They're so hideous. Like, how did they decide this? It just looks like Star Wars themed. It's ginormous. It's in the middle of the key itself. I'm used to it when it's like on the upper left, you know? But they're so ugly. But the sound, listen. Actually, here, listen. Okay, now I know the space bar is not the best. I could probably do something about that, but I don't have like any stuff. Foam, lube, all that jazz. So, I'm quite happy with my pre-built keyboard. I love the little LCD screen there because it just adds for a touch of personality. So I use the Bongo Cat GIF and other Real Akuma GIFs, and it just makes it so cute. So this is south-facing RBG, and the switches I use, in case if any of you guys are curious, are the EpoMaker Wisteria Linear switches. But now that I got this, I really want to build my own keyboard from scratch. So I was looking into what kind of boards people are really liking when it comes to customization. And then there's this whole debate about like aluminum keyboards or plastic keyboards, because aluminum has more of that weight and the acousticness of it when you're putting your switches in. So yeah, do I want to be that hardcore, or do I just want to get a good budget bare bone keyboard to build? So I finally decided that I want to build out the GMK 67. So I will no longer have my function keys, but I figured if I'm going to have this keyboard and a keyboard with no function keys, then I'm good. I got my bases covered, right? Another thing that really the decision-making process is with other keyboards like the QK75, not the 75N, but the QK75, because the 75N has the knob and the little LCD there. But the QK75 has a knob, but then the directional arrow keys are not inlined perfectly. They're a little bit lower, and it doesn't stay in line with everything else on this side here, which drives me insane. I want it to be exactly all in line like that. So the JMK 67 seemed to really fit that criteria for me. So I'm looking into that, and then I either want the Morandi switches or the Milky Pro, the Milky Yellows, or yeah, that would be it. And then the Osumi keycaps, which are so freaking cute, and the accent keys are like the perfect color shade as well. So that was what I wanted to do in order to build it out. Now, yesterday I fell into the rabbit hole of the aluminum keyboards. So now I'm thinking the AL, what is it, 66 or 67? Also by the people that manufacture the JMK 67. But that will bring the budget up a little bit. And on top of that, the colorways of the boards aren't really what I'm looking for. There's like space gray, a silver, a pink, and a blue. The pink and blue is cute, don't get me wrong. The silver, I wish there was a white, basically. I just wish there was a white, but there isn't. So I think I'm just not going to go for the aluminum and just go for the JMK 67. And then I have to decide what switches I want. So that is basically my whole keyboard thing. If any of you keyboard enthusiasts understand what I'm saying and have like your favorite websites that you go to or switches that you're really into, or maybe like tips that you wish you knew when you were first making your first keyboard or several keyboards later, let a girl know. I'd be more than happy to read what you guys have to say. But during my spare time, I've been loving watching keyboard videos, watching other people build their keyboards, talk about keyboards, clickety-clack on their keyboards. And I've just been having a hootin' time. And now that I got my keyboard back, I am able to come back here and log in my computer and film for you guys. So that is what we are doing. That is my little spiel on keyboards, my new hobby of the year. And during these 13 days apart, I also was fortunate enough to find 3 shinies. Not back to back, but Jasmine Moon's shiny feel is so cute. But yeah, I'll show you guys the shinies that I got right after I go through the research community list. And I hope you guys have been doing good during these 13 days apart. Now that New Year's has passed us. So I also decided to go to Taupe Hollow this week to kind of raise the area, and also because I want to catch this Sableye that ran away from me a couple months back. But I do not think I am ready at all for the tundra yet. Also, I was hoping that during my time in Greengrass, I would encounter the Delibird again. Oh, congrats on the shiny Sudowoodo Sonata. Very beautiful color. But yeah, I found out that Delibirds do reappear. They didn't like disappear forever. So I encountered one after the holiday event, and I've never seen it since. So hopefully one of these days I will be able to snatch that up again. Someone in my comments before told me that it's a really good egg gathering Pokemon, so that is great, because I do need those eggs. And I am on a salad week today. I was on a dessert week the week before, and I haven't really had a curry week since. I also haven't unlocked any new ingredients, so there's that. I'm just on the hunt to finding a good Pokemon. Either a good like Geodude or Bellsprout. Wait a minute, did I do this already? Oh, I guess I did. I just don't remember. Also, I've been really lucky with the daily gifts, and I've gotten diamonds, so I've really been able to expand my bag as well as my Pokemon box. So that's why my diamonds are a bit low right now. But let me show you guys the 3 shinies that I caught during our 13 days apart. So the first shiny that showed up is this shiny Cubone, all ginger, and it's a bashful nature. These are its sub skills. And the second shiny that showed up was a Marowak with cacao at level 60, and it's a bold nature. And then the most recent shiny that showed up for me was this shiny Diglett. And it's a naughty nature. And it has berry finding at the very, very last slot. So there it is. And a little update on my shinies overall. I evolved my shiny Bulbasaur all the way up to a shiny Venusaur. And if you're curious, these are the stats. So it's a careful nature. These are the sub-skills. And then I also decided to raise my Slackoth, my shiny Slackoth, into a Vigoroth. So here she is. Cute, creamy, off-white color, which I really like. And it's a modest nature. And these are her sub-skills. So in total, I have 9 shinies. I still haven't raised my Riolu to a Lucario though, but I just have no use for it right now. You know, if I were to plug it into my team, it's like really just for the sake of raising it. And you know what? I'm kind of sad that I'm not able to use it, but it's whatever. Right? They tried to buff the Dream Shard skill. Have any of you guys been using it? Are the late game people using it? I don't know. But that pretty much is what I've been up to. I have more to talk about, but I want to save those topics for the next videos that are going to be coming up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is my first time back in 13 days, and you know, I feel like I'm a little awkward in this video because if I'm not doing it consistently, then I just like fall off the flow of doing it. But hopefully it's not as awkward as I think. So yeah, recording Hammy feels a little weird and shy, but I'm sure when I'm editing this, I'll be like, you know what, it wasn't really all that bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me ramble on about my new keyboard and how I want to build a new one. If you guys have built yours, let me know what your specs look like. I'm so curious to know what kind of switches people are using as well. And Happy New Year's once again. I hope you guys fulfill all your goals for this new year. I know that New Year's is not a good enough reason to pick up a new goal. You can pick up goals anytime you want. But I do understand the novelty and the appeal of doing so when the new year comes because it's fresh. You feel like that boost of motivation. And you know what? If that works for you, that works for you. So Happy New Year's to you all. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, good luck, and have fun. Bye.